RetroHQ. Keep on gaming.
Hello, this is a quick video on upgrading from one of the old style not SLS PLA 3D printed cases to the new SLS style case. So first thing to do is to get the old style case open. There's a little clip which holds the two plastic sides together, so if you get a thumbnail or a blade or something in between the two halves just to separate them, it will then slide forwards so you can get at the PCB. Next bit is actually getting the PCB out. So I think the the easiest way is to sort of tap it so the PCB drops forwards, and again get something in between the PCB and the case. You'll need to pull it ever so slightly forwards and then pull it out towards you, because there's a lip on the case which stops PCBs falling out, and then that will slide out. So that's the old PCB. Now the difference between old and new PCB, why you can't just switch them between the two, is the size of the notch at the top. So this is the new and old PCBs, and yeah, you can see the notch at the top here is enlarged on the newer style PCB. So you need to take a file and just enlarge this slot on the old cartridge, on the old PCB, so it's a little bit wider. There is a trace, I don't know whether I can get this on camera, but there's basically a trace down just by my thumb here, by those resistors. It goes from one of the resistors down to the flash, one of the pins on the flash chip here. That runs quite close to the edge of this little notch here, so be really careful not to cut that trace when you're enlarging the hole there. Now, once you've enlarged your PCB, the new one, then you'll need to get the new case apart. So if it's been, I sometimes send it out with the case halves separate. Other times I've sent it screwed. So if you've had it screwed, then it's just a matter of removing the screw from the top, and then there's actually a little clip either side of this case which holds the plastic top on as well as the screw. So you'll need to get a blade or a nail or something in the gap along the between the two halves of this case. It just depends on how well the clips are working on your cartridge. This can be quite awkward, but it will, if you push reasonably hard. I'll show you where the clip is in a second. And pull, it will separate the two case halves. Now, oh, there we go. Sometimes it's quite difficult to get the other side out, even with one already off. You may need to kind of pull it away from the edge to get it off. But those are the clips, if it will focus, just in there. It's quite difficult to see. There we go. So there's two tiny little plastic clips on each side, which sit inside a little notch. You can just see it, a little notch on the bottom case there. Once the two halves are separated, then it is a simple matter of just slotting the new PCB into place. It should, okay, that's the old PCB. Slot the new PCB, that's a good example of why the old PCB does not fit. Slide the new PCB into place, it just drops in around there. Then it's just a matter of pushing the top case back in, flip over, new screw, and you're done. Yeah, the biggest advantage of upgrading to the new style SLS case is reliability. It's due to how the NeoPocket cartridge slot works, in that it actually pulls up from the top to make contact with the PCB edge, and the cartridge, the old style cartridge here, actually pushes up from the bottom, just because there was no way of being able to create something that pulled up from the top using standard FDM PLA type 3D printing. So yeah, the advances and improvement in price on SLS printing is what allowed me to create this much nicer, more reliable case. Right, that's it, and thank you for watching.
RetroHQ. Game over.